Hello, hello. How are you all doing? Let me see what you guys have been saying. Okay, welcome. Very interesting week ahead for us. Looking at everything that's coming up in terms of news. I mean, there's lack of news again, but let's go over Friday actually. See how we did. So I'm sure you guys are aware most markets are in the red, right? Like indices are down, crypto's down, pretty much everything's down. All came from just one tweet from Trump and mainly because of what's going on in China. But this one candle cleared around 1,200 points, so covered a lot of range. And then straight off Sunday's open, all this market did was push up, leave this huge gap. So this gap's around, I think, 400 points or something. Yeah, 300 points gap. So honestly, I think we have this high as a target and then a breakdown lower. So like something like this. We do have a bank holiday today. I think it is Columbus Day. I think something like that. So would be expecting not too much from this market, especially today. But something like this would be pretty nice. Uh, this morning though, I did take longs on NQ, whereas the chart. I'm waiting for my indicator to load. All right, I don't think it wants to load. Yeah, I took longs on NQ this morning. Where was it? Pretty far off in time, I think is around. Okay, there we go. So this was my long on NQ. I think I called like 1 to 3 on this. Took the low of the range right here. Once we took this low, all I'm looking for is the target at this high. So ideally for me, this market, I just wanted to see it be one-sided, just push up into this high, very aggressive. So this was the long I took. Closure above this, down close, stop below this low. But yeah, I had it a bit more aggressive. My stop was below here, and I was just looking for this high. So it's around a 1 to 5, but I was in on 3 minis on that, mainly because of the margins in London, not the great. So that's pretty much the trade I took that morning. Today, though, for New York, I kind of want to see some shorts. We see this high get taken. Once we take this high, I want to see a drop off. Chilled vibe. I like it. 1M Nasdaq 51 points. Yeah, I think I did catch like 50 points on that. But this candle at 9 a.m. just instantly rocketed to the upside. How many points was that? 100 points already. So let me check the VIX. The VIX is probably at a high. Yeah, VIX is trading at some highs. So volatility is pretty high within the indices, which is usually good. You know, if we're trading down here, consolidating tends to be a pretty choppy market, but it's still better than what we were at in April time. Even back in like 2020, this was the COVID time when the markets were completely cooked. But indices are opening up 2% today. Interesting. ES is up, Dow is up. I want to see how the stock market reacts to this, but mainly today I'm looking for upside. I want to see this high get taken, and then we can look for downside. I'd be surprised if they left this gap open, to be honest. Like, I want to see this as a target. This is one part of the gap. Nice to see you. Nice to see you as well, bro. Nice to see you as well. Let me see what gold is doing. Dude, gold's been ripping. If you guys are holding gold, then you're doing something right. Yeah, on Friday, gold was pretty clean. I think I mentioned it to you guys. On Friday, we were looking for the upside if we take out this low. I wanted to see a push to the upside. Somebody needs to clip up most of these markets that I'm calling because you guys have some very nice trades you can get in on. Same with this. London was clean on gold Friday. Today, though, I mean, as bullish as gold is, I want to see it take some of these lows out, come back to like 4,060 areas. I can't believe it's this high up. Like, most of this comes from DXY. Investors aren't wanting to put their money in DXY, or the US dollar, and they're going to look somewhere else, right? Most of the money just flowed into silver and gold. The push came through. Yeah, it was nice. It was a pretty nice play. We'll see if we can get it today on NQ. Just one push higher. I mean, we're not too far back to these highs from last week. They still look like a target. If I look at this, they're very equal, very clean. But if I wanted to look at this market, I kind of want to see it take this high out and then short it to the downside instead of anything else. If I'm being honest. Hey, how you doing? To be honest, Dow doesn't look the worst as well. It's got this SMT at the highs, but I think one of these indices are going to close in this gap. I don't know which one it's going to be. If they leave it open, then I'll be pretty surprised. But I'm pretty sure we should get a fill of this gap. Either NQ does it, either ES does it, or Dow. Preferably, I want to see NQ do it, but I don't think NQ, it's going to be that weak. Today, what was I looking on forex? Oh yeah, by the way, I did want to see GBP kind of push higher, take out this high left here, and then these lows. That would be the best of opportunities. BTC, yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Crazy. I think a lot of people were leveraged on this. I don't want to look at it on the futures. I'm going to look at it on Binance instead. That's a crazy wick that we left. You know what I would want to see on Bitcoin? So this weekly candle, we left a wick. I would want to see how it holds up. So like if you want to buy, this wick would make the most sense to me. Like pushing back into here, like 50%, like 100,008. That sounds like the best of plays. If this wick holds up, then I'm looking for a push to the upside that would make it worth it for me. Let's see ETH. I haven't taken a look at ETH as well. Oh, there's a pretty big SMT at the highs as well, so I don't know. This wick mainly holds on what Bitcoin want to do. If we push lower, which I do want to see it do, turn into 50%, then I would kind of look for the upside. If it closes below, I think more downside's probably the play on this market. I do think east though for the shorts looks better. I might short it down to like 50% of this wick right here. But yeah, those of you that are just joining in, mainly looking at NQ to take out this high. If NQ can take out the high, then I'm looking for a run lower. Something like this would be the most ideal scenarios out today. How to manage emotions and FOMO in your trading. Let me know about how you trade, right? It mainly will come down to how you trade, how you approach the market. That's where FOMO is mostly eliminated if you have a strategy which is working. What about GBP USD? We can analyze forex. Why not? I hate forex, but for investing, you guys should trade it. But trading it intraday, I wouldn't like it too much. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. I want to see BTC push. Sorry, GBP USD push higher. Take out this high, then I would look for these lows to get taken. That would be the only thing I see on GU. But if anything, I don't really like it too much. I like NQ the most today. I want to see it rush down, take all of these lows. I don't think we have an SMT here. No, we don't. How to avoid overtrading? I mean, to be honest, that's something that you gotta control yourself. Like no one's gonna be there to sit next to you and be like, you gotta stop overtrading. You kind of know what you're doing wrong. You just don't want to accept that you're doing it wrong. So you just gotta accept it, bro. I want to push higher. I'll plan for the upside. Yeah, I think it just got upside in it. I think this high. And then to me, in terms of my model goes, I can only sell it once it takes out this high. Takes out the high, I would look for downside. My model gave the shorts on Friday, but I didn't expect it to sell off this much. Ah, slow learner. Welcome. I'm surprised to have you here, bro. After the crash in crypto, more than 2,000 people attempted suicide. What do you have to say about that? Is this a news interview? Does my opinion on that really matter that much? I obviously think it's sad, but 2,000 people, where did they pull this number from? I don't think it was 2,000 people. It's for a stretch. How was the weekend? It was good. How was your weekend? Oh, I need to follow you. All right, yeah, that's true. You can follow me. That's fine. No, I don't trade over the weekend. You guys got to stop looking at the charts on the weekend. Some of you are just addicted to trading. You're trading addicts. And not in a good way. Like most people are, like some people are addicted to like heroin and stuff. You guys are addicted to the charts. And not in a good way either. Like there's like two different ways of being addicted to the charts. Most people are addicted to the charts the worst way. Dude, my Apple, I'm taking profit on my Apple position. I think I'm going to take it today. I wanted this final high to get taken out, but I don't know. I don't think it has enough juice left in it, especially after the weekend. I think all stocks are going to open up green though, if I'm looking at this. Caught the sells on Friday. Nice. Yeah, those sells were clean. I wouldn't say clean, but they were nice. If you ended up without holding a take profit, then you probably did pretty nice. What competition did he go in? I didn't even know there was any. I saw so many competitions being held. Dude, oil looks so bad still. I can't believe that even after Friday, nothing happened to this market. Still moving sideways. I think slowly, oh, actually it did. Sold off quite a bit. I think slowly but surely this is gonna drop lower, take these lows. One step at a time, eh? With that market. There's really nothing else I want to look at in these of how they're holding up. Everything's kind of correcting, which is good. If the stocks correct more, in terms of where I want to invest into NQ, it would be below 20k, like sub 20k, around these levels. That's where I want to stack up on some longs for these indices. But into today, I would like some downside play. See if we can get those lows. Dude, Dow sold off the most off this sell-off. Funding pips monthly. Oh, nice. I think Blue Guardian are actually holding a, what do you call it, trading competition. I think it'll be like me and Matt. Maybe Ethan will probably do it too. So we'll have like all three of us. You guys can register in through one of us. We better win though. Like if you guys register under me, we have to win. We've got to beat all those guys if we do it. What's your biggest profit ever? On a single account or copy traded? How to treat trading days, bank holiday. I mean, on bank holiday days, today's really not a bank holiday, you can say, because the market doesn't close at 12. I think it's open until 4 today. Or it's just open until normal time. So today I would just treat it as a normal day, but I would want to see it take out this high to go lower. I don't think it's the worst of plays looking at this market. especially of how it's moving. Like whole morning or overnight, we just pushed higher. Failure swings resting here. This feels like a trap. On a single account, I think I did like 35 USD, 35K. I'm aiming for 100K in a single trading day in 2026. That's what I want to try and go for. That's one of my goals. To risk more, leverage more. A lot of people think leveraging and like risking more is a bad thing. It's actually the complete opposite. If you have an A plus setup or something that forms at least once a week, instead of risking the normal risk on it, why not risk more? That's mainly what I'm going to do in 2026, aiming for like 100K in a day. It's my goal. Like days like Friday, although no one really expected this sell off, right? This market sold off way beyond what anyone expected. So to me, days like this, if I didn't have a TP, I would have maximized my gains as much as possible. So days like this, ideally, you want to maximize on it as much as you can. As like, even though some days you won't be able to do it, but this will repeat. Like, it might not be this extreme of a sell off, but you will be seeing like a 200-point sell off. And when you see that, you got to just capitalize on it to the fullest, like as much as you can. It's basically you have a lemon and you just got to squeeze the lemon. Leverage is like the armor in battles. Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy, to be honest. I try to be like you, a professional trader. I wouldn't say I'm a professional trader. I'm just a retail trader like you guys, but I just follow my rules somewhat better than most people. That's really what separates most traders, being able to follow and repeat the same thing over and over again. Ah, well, I appreciate it. You guys think I'm a pro trader. Not there yet. I'll get there one day. Not there just yet. Most of the times, Friday's a losing day. I mean, you don't have to trade every day though. Like if you have a good week, you can just take like if you win on Monday and Tuesday, you don't need to look for the rest of the week to trade. You can just treat Friday as an extra holiday because like ideally you trade for the freedom of time, not being in front of the market so much. Last Friday was so dope. Yeah, I was actually in the short. Yeah, if you're on the stream with me, we were speaking about the sell off. Like, not this big of a sell off, but I wanted a sell off to these lows. I wanted this high to get taken. Dow, I was very bearish on. I was in 3 minis here. I would have made like 40K on this short, but I got stopped out break even. Like, literally, this candle stopped me out break even, and then, doof, we just dropped that many points. I'm expecting NQ to take this high. One of these indices to run the high. GM, bro, how you doing? Just sending this guy some crypto. Sending crypto is actually probably the easiest thing ever as well. Like in terms of how quickly you can just send something over compared to a bank wire. That's just a thought that's running through my brain right now. Not in the US? Really? How come? Oh yeah, true. I saw there's a lot of regulations being put on. Probably for the better though. I've seen a lot of wallets being hacked. There's some crazy laws coming out in the UK as well. Like, I swear I saw a law that you can't fill up your drink again. From like, if you buy a refillable drink, you can't fill it up again. It's against the law. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if that law is confirmed or someone just made it up, but it does sound believable. Especially over here. Dude, I'm hoping we don't just dip off of this open. I want to see one last run above this high and then get back into this gap. What do I expect from the markets this week? Honestly, I'm going to let Monday play out on NQ. Ideally, I wanted to see more downside. Like, I want to see this low get taken again and then just push lower. But I'm going to have to see what Monday does today. Would be my go-to. All right, that's the open. Huge gap. I mean, I want to see a fill of this gap minimum into 50%. I'm hoping we get this high taken first, though. The ES took the low. ES should take out the high of this range right now. Sorry, Dow even. I'm hoping NQ doesn't consolidate. Or I might have to watch ES. We can see a downfall into the gap. Yeah, I want to see this gap filled. It'll probably do one of two things. If it leaves this gap open this week, we will trade into it at one point. Maybe next week. But I want to see this filled today. If it can. This gap, we're closing below 50%. ES is holding up. Dow, I want to see a push higher. I think Dow can take out this high right here. If this is enough for an SMT, then so be it. But ideally, I want to see NQ trade above. Into this range. Looks like a pretty boring open so far. NQ's really not moved. Oh, there we go. Dow took out the high. So Dow is probably the best index. Looking at it right now. Taking out the high. NQ, I want to see it hold this enough to take out these highs. Push on through, and then I will actually try shorts from here. That's kind of worth it for me. Getting some of these lows. But I'm just flicking through NQ and ES right now. Yeah, there goes Dow. This market should scream onto those highs. I mean, if Dow takes these highs, probably an SMT. The London setup, yeah, that was kind of clean today. I took the longs to the upside, to the high. I got like 50 points. Today, I kind of want to just see shorts. Like take all these lows out. See if you can sprint on lower. Looks like NQ's being the weakest. Should take this low at a minimum should go. And then this could be the SMT that we make up here. That we can kind of leave. Would want to see Dow be pretty bullish. But I don't want to sell it down here. I'd sell it up here though. But I think it's just going to rally on through that low. That's a shame. You're new to futures. Oh, which one is better? Options, futures, or forex? Futures, if you day trade, it's a lot better. If you want to trade long term, I would do options. I don't like day trading options because your contracts expire and all this stuff, and you got to look at like which contracts you're buying. It doesn't make too much sense for me. I would rather long term trade options like weeklies and monthlies rather than anything like that. Dude, NQ should drop. Take this low, push lower. Wanted this high gone though. As long as Dow still is bullish, they'll just continue trading in opposite directions. Just want to see it stay below this candle. It should stay below this candle and just drop off a bit more. Close 60 points on gold. Nice. Gold was pretty nice, to be honest. I was watching it today. Right now on gold, actually, I wanted to see these lows get taken. They just look way too clean to be left. Okay, there goes this low. Not too far away. Final target for me is going to be the high of this gap. Just above here. Alright, there goes that low. Kind of want to just see NQ spool a bit. See if it can become even more weak and take these lows out. Like all of these lows. Now ES is pushing. As long as ES stays weak, gets below these lows, I would expect NQ to continue pushing lower. That's a shame though. I wanted to get in on this. But I would only get in if it took out this high. But if you guys shorted around here, this is probably your first area of taking profit. Either you hard TP here or you hold until like most of this gap gets filled, which is quite a lot. Still, this is the high of the gap. I want to see most of this filled. One thing you should look back in time as well. Usually when we leave a previous day regular trading hours gap, it 9 times out of 10 does get filled like later in the week or whatever. So if we leave this gap open, I would want to see this still as a target. I think we can get it today. NQ melting. I kind of want to see it melt more, to be honest. I wouldn't mind that when I'm looking at this price action. Just close my NQ trade. Nice. What did you take? The shorts from here? Crushed it. I kind of still want to see more downside though. In a world like this is where Dow Jones should be pushing to the upside. That's where NQ stays weak and just spools on through these lows. My final target's going to be 24,541 if it somehow gets into there. If we do something like this as well, this is where I'd be interesting. I'll try a short up here. Because we have an SMT at the lows with ES being cooked. I just don't want to sell it all the way down here. I know it wants to go lower, wants to go into 24,541. I just don't want to engage with it around this levels. I'll watch gold though. Gold should get this low at 4,074. I just need it to close below this up close candle with a body because right now it's failing to do that. Alright, this wick on NQ, if it's heavy, it has to close below this wick. GC, yeah, I just checked it for you. I still want to see it lower. I just want to see it close below that gap. Closure below the gap, and then it's good. NQ, closure below this wick. Just want to see it stay heavy. Get back into here. Because this wick is the only bullish array it has right now. That's really holding it up. So it's the main one. Alright, there we go. Still holding the wick. This gap becomes important as well, by the way. If we hold the wick, closure above 50% of the gap, then retracements back to 24,889. If it gets higher here, then I'd be interested in looking for the upside. Yeah, I'm on the M5 right now. SMT with ES at the lows. But yeah, to be honest, ES looks pretty weak though. I think it still wants this low. And NQ's still heavy below the wick. Ideally, I just want to see them all flush back to here. I would have been in a short up here though, if it gave it to me. That's the SMT with Dow. It's just a meh market, you know. Like, it looks okay. It doesn't stand out. So holding that SMT, I would want to see ES close above these down close candles. Should be enough power to push NQ higher. And then closure above this gap. Pretty heavy gap. Powell tomorrow, yeah, I know. I'm surprised he's actually going to be speaking. That's the only kind of event that will probably move this market. Oh, nice. ES is, if ES gets the close above, this SMT does get confirmed for me. And then a move back up to this high wouldn't be too bad. Would actually entertain that. This M15 wick looks horrible though, but it is what it is. Can still try it. So my original thought process for today was mainly looking for NQ to open, push higher, take out this high, and then we drop off into here. Did the opposite, took out this low, made the SMT with ES so far. So these highs still have a target in my view for now. And if we take them out, then for the reversal back to this gap, wouldn't be the worst of ideas of how it's looking, but yes, still didn't close above. I need a yes to close above. These down closes will help send NQ higher. NQ's closed above 50%, so should be enough. I need ES to close above this. The main reason I'm looking for ES to close above these down close candles is because then we got the confirmation of the SMT. So I guess I'm going to have to wait on that. And this wick as well. This wick, we left a huge... Whenever you see a wick like this, always look to target 50%. Like immediately. For retracements. You're bullish? I'll get bullish if ES closes above these down close. I'll entertain that. Because NQ's already closed above 50% of this gap. Would be not a worse play. We just need ES or one of these markets to move in favor, like closure above here. And then a little bit push. All right, yes, it's got 2 minutes. 2 minutes is what I'm giving it to get back above, close above this, and then we can get the NQ upside. What do I expect on gold? What's my? It depends on the account I'm trading. Like it's all different. All right, there's NQ. Push in. ES is gonna get a close. Should be enough to send it back above this high. Where's the wick? And we held up 50% of the wick. This looks like a 10 a.m. kind of candle. It'll just boost it up above there. This is 820 as well, that is holding up on. I want to see it get closure above there. This hourly candle's got 10 minutes until the close. Shoot it. Honestly, I like these highs. I want to see these get taken and then the drop lower. That's what I will stand with at this open. Do I suggest if you have like an open position with risk, then no. But if you have a position that's a break even and it's like way above or below your entry point, then it wouldn't be bad to hold it or through any news event, to be honest. But it's only if you have no open risk. The target above is 24,945. It's looking like most of the stocks recovered though. MU's up 5% today. Nvidia's up as well. Nvidia pushing, should be able to push NQ higher, get into this high. ES still with no close though. I feel sorry for people that do trade ES because when this thing doesn't want to move, it's not going to move. No one can force it. NQ's got the close above though, which is nice. Should be more than enough to help it. It looks like Dow's the weaker one, so if Dow pushes lower in this market, NQ will just push to the upside of how things have been looking lately. Draw on the main draw is going to be 24,944 just for this morning session. And then this is my overall draw, like 24,541. So this morning I want to see a push into this high and then this low. My original thought process was this low getting to, like we trading into here. But as we took this low, made the SMT, this high looks like the next area that it wants, especially with the S. Oh, it's closing 3 minutes until the close. This is where fully we should shift delivery. This low on NQ should become protected as well. And to trade it, I mean, if you guys got in around here, it's worth it to hold to these highs. This high at a minimum, 24,889, should get taken. And then this one here. I wanted this though. I would have taken that. But this should be enough. Especially with ES closing above. It's got 3 minutes to do so. 3 minutes to push NQ up. Hold it up. Nice. ES pushing. 2 minutes. This should go. It looks way too bullish here. And NQ should catch up with it. This high at a minimum, and then see if we can get the next one. Should be more than enough. If it does get this high, we'd have indices closing at up 2%. Kind of crazy. Analysis like me, I mean, most of my trading's really just waiting. Like, I saw like what it was trying to do, but I just didn't take it. Don't need to take it, but I know what it's trying to do. I'm just tape reading for you guys here. ES has got the close above. This should be enough to continue pushing NQ higher. CPI, I don't think CPI is coming up anytime soon. Gold, let's take a look. What was I looking for? This closure below? Right, nice. Give me this gap. Once you've taken this high out, give me this gap. I want to see a close below this. Short it. All I want to see on gold. It's way too high up for me to buy. Not going to get in. Either I take a loss on gold trying to short it, or it just pushes higher. That's all I can do. But NQ at a minimum should get the high of this range right here. I don't even know. We're like 5 minutes away until 10. That's kind of crazy. This time went very quick this time. Pretty quick. Alright, ES got the closure above, where I'm looking at this market right now. Should be enough to continue pushing it higher. Same with NQ. I think NQ at a minimum should take out this high. So this wick is mainly the only thing that's holding it back. Closure above, push up, and then should take out that high. ES looks the best. ES should. But in terms of my model, like run it this low to the high, ES is delivered. NQ should deliver as well. By the way, this gap this gap should get left open as well. Like I wouldn't want to see any bodies trade into there. Take out this low, made the SMT, this high, and this high up here. Sweep the lows and target the high, yeah. That's what it's doing. Dow looks a mess though. At least NQ and ES are in sync. If two of them are in sync, then that's better than none of them being in sync. I'll take that every day of the week. Let's see what I got. How far are we? 25 points. NQ's got this. It should be able to take it out. ES as well. Continue pushing. Should be able to go. Nice. ES is gone. Right, this high, I kind of want to see it get taken before 10 a.m. before we have to get off stream. Just want to see that gone. Come on. Nearly that. 2 minutes left. Good analysis. Yeah, I hope you guys were able to get on that trade. I didn't take it, but nonetheless, saw it play. This basically, what we traded was my like New York blueprint range. I'm looking at one side of the range to get taken to target the opposing end, but that's 10 a.m. Like, that was crazy. This stream went pretty quick today. I will pick the winners for this giveaway. I just want to hopefully we pick the winners, then we can see NQ take this low. But